'Tis the season to shine with H&M. Discover the holiday collection and find fashionable pieces for your wardrobe or for under the tree. Get inspired and dazzle with this year's glam. From tuxedo styles, bow detailed pieces, impressive prints, and more. From unforgettable looks to unforgettable gifts. With fashion finds to home decor, find it all at H&M. Treat your loved ones and yourself this season. Shop in-store or at hm.com.
Okay, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss show. We are, you know what I'm mad about? So I'm watching WrestleMania, right? They played this song. I liked it. It had like a catchy, beat to it and things. So I go and I save it to listen to it later on Spotify. It wasn't even the right song. Started listening to it. It was, I don't know what that song was, but I'm like, you will not be getting the full play from me. Nope. Not at all. But anyways, for my wrestling fans out there, any way you can possibly reach me, let me know what you think about today's WrestleMania, because it's a 2-day event. I guess, they're like making up for it, for it being like no audience and nobody there and things. So it's just, so for those that are not wrestling fans, so usually at WrestleMania they have like 70,000, 80,000 people. I think the most, let me see the most attendant at WrestleMania. Most attended WrestleMania. WWE attendance records. So their most, dang, did it really have that many people? Huh. Wow, that's crazy. So at this WrestleMania that happened 4 years ago, they had 101,000 people. I thought the highest was like 80-something thousand. Oh, actually, no, I take that back. The second most was WrestleMania 3, and they had 90,000. Huh. But yeah, this WrestleMania 32, they had 101,000 people there. That's crazy. But yeah, they went from numbers like that to nobody. So there was nobody in the crowd. Like whatever, think of if you go to a concert, imagine the artist performing on stage, but there's nobody in it. Like, the crowd is, to me, like one of the main things. It's like the second main thing of the show. Like, of course, the entertainment, but the second most entertaining, like, party there is the crowd. It's the people that's there. It's the fans. Like, I just watching wrestling past few weeks, it's just been really weird and stuff. But no, it was good. I can't sweat it. It was good. I liked it. I thought it was cool. But anyways, it's just different. It's just different seeing that. Let's see what the least most people. Oh, what was like the least most people? I plan on doing an relationship advice episode, but I just want to get this out of the way first. Least attended. It's like a bunch of the lowest attended. Let's like least attended wrestling show. Because there's times where I've heard there's like maybe 300. No, actually, I tell you, I don't even have to look it up. I think the last time I heard it was like the least attended show. It was this wrestling, I think it was a podcast or some like video I was watching, and the guy was like, he took a picture and you didn't really see like a whole lot of people there, and I think he was saying like 300 people the most had showed up. And at their regular like weekly shows, they usually have like at least like 15,000 people, if not more than that. I don't know, I'm getting my numbers wrong. I thought the most was that they ever had at WrestleMania was like 80-something thousand. But I remember that guy. I'll never forget that. I was like, that's crazy to even hear that and stuff. But I would rather see those 300 people than nobody at all. Like, they have the other wrestling show called AEW, and they have it where like there's wrestlers that's also there, but they have it where they're the fans and stuff. And so I'm like, okay, like at least they got somebody there. It makes up for something, you know. But anyways, yeah, welcome to another episode of Relationship Advice. Probably, I don't know, I might switch on and off from like advice or then back to relationship advice, or if I just feel so good doing one, then I might just stick with that one, and then when I feel like I need to go to the other, then I'll go to that. But I really should have did more of just the advice episodes. I feel like, but I don't know, they might have it where there's like relationship type situations on there too and stuff. They seem like that they did kind of. But anyways, let's go ahead and read the first story. I'm just gonna read the title and stuff, but I might end up reading this. My ex-boyfriend wants to get back together after I raised my baby. Oh, yeah, this is crazy. So she said, when I told him I was pregnant when I was 17, he told me to get an abortion or he'd break up with me. That's, I don't know why, like, people, they so scared of having kids, like, your parents, that's almost like the one thing that's just, I find funny about people when they say that they don't want kids, or if they do have a kid, they'll get an abortion. I'm like, well, think about it. Your parents raised you, and I don't know how they overall raised you, but if it was a bad household, that doesn't overall mean like that's what kind of parent you're going to become unless you want to be that type of parent and stuff. But yeah, I'm like, I don't know, if I was born in a crazy household and I end up having a kid, I'm like, well, that ain't gonna cross my mind to act just like the, parents that raised me. No, I'm gonna raise them the complete opposite way. But I feel like my parents did a really good job raising me, so therefore, I don't have nothing to worry about when the day does come when I do have kids, But yeah, I'm like, it just trips me out when they act like that. She seems like, she did keep the baby and stuff, so that's good. And so she says, I chose my baby and he abandoned us. I didn't have my family support initially. My parents hated me. I was practically homeless and he wouldn't let me stay with him just until I can find somewhere to go. Then my parents wanted me to come back home, so I went back. When I was pregnant, I texted my ex and asked him if he wanted to see a picture from an ultrasound or if he wanted to know the sex, and he said, F off. Do not contact me again, you dumb, and he said female dog, but he said the word for it. Bro, that's, I don't know. I think if it was something, it's kind of like that situation where the mom had left the dad, like that relationship advice story I read a while ago where the mom had left the dad and the child, and he was over. I should like read up on that, like see, because I don't know if I saved it or not, but yeah, that's, I don't know. It would be a situation where I'm like, you say some stuff like that to me and things like, oh, you don't even want to see a picture. I'm like, no. I'm like, no, that's okay. I wouldn't even really feel safe, thinking, because I'm like, I don't know. I'm not a girl, so overall, I can't, like, talk about, like, oh, she told me to get, if a woman told me to get an abortion, I'm like, I don't think it works like that, and I don't think that's the proper term for men. Like, how do you tell a man to get an abortion, But anyways, so yeah, that's messed up. I took a screenshot, I looked at it whenever I missed him and felt like it'd be easier with him. I gave birth and I didn't contact him. I moved to a different state with my family as well. I don't need him or anyone except for my family. They sacrificed a lot to help me raise my baby. My younger sister, mom, and I are all my baby's mamas and her grandpa. Wait, what? My youngest sister, mom, and I are all my baby's mamas. Oh, I was like, what is she talking about? Like, how does that work? I'm like, let me reread that so I can see what she's trying to say. But she's okay because she's saying like her baby, but her sister, mom, and her, they're all like mother figures to this baby and stuff. For those that wasn't understanding it either, because I for a second I'm like, wait a minute, how does that work out? You gave birth, but you guys are, wait a minute, what? Like, I don't understand this, but I see what she's like. They're mother figures. Okay. So, and her grandpa loves her so much. She has all of our love, and she's the smartest child I've ever known. She asked about her dad one time, and I say he went away, and she never asked about him again. She doesn't need, nor does she want anyone else. Huh. Your daughter's grown up to be a strong, independent woman. That's what it sounds like. Like, it's y'all sound like a cool family and things. But, yeah, that's overall that's just messed up. That's messed up. Like I don't think I to all like parents that's out here abandoning their childs, don't do that. Like if you going willing to go through that process, of like, well, the before process, before the whole pregnancy stuff. Like if you're willing to do that, then you should be willing to accept the fact that one day you could possibly have a child. Like go through it, like be prepared for it and stuff, work on it. Like I don't know, I wouldn't say I'm in the best situation right now to take care of a child, but I will do the most that I possibly could to take care of a child. If it came down to selling my stuff, stop buying certain things, like it's a child. Like you can't overall like abandon a child. It's just something I just couldn't do. So if it meant like I couldn't do YouTube, if it meant that I couldn't buy sneakers, if it meant I couldn't buy video games or even play video games, if it meant I had to sacrifice everything around me and stuff, so be it. It's like it's stuff that you just gotta mentally prepare yourself for. It's like I just feel like that in my life. Like I don't know, I would overall like there's just stuff like it's not as serious, and it's if I really wanted to do these things, then I will find a way. So yeah. But anyways, continuing on with the story, my daughter is almost 4 years old now, and I guess now he decided to be a father, and he commented a million times on every one of my Instagram pictures of her. This is my daughter. She's beautiful. She has my eyes. I love her so much. Is if he even knows her. He DM'd me and say he wants to get back together, and he was just a scared kid, but he wants his daughter, and he made her. I was a scared kid too, but I did the right thing and I made her. She grew up inside my body. He threatened he'll get custody of her, and she's his, and I can't deprive a man the right to know his child. But like, see, no, I hope I don't even know if she still has the screenshots. Because I honestly, every time when he would bring that up, like I would comment that, or I wouldn't even have went as far as to post it on social media, so I know that forever that photo is there. Like, you sent this. This is what you wanted. And now all of a sudden you have like a change of heart. Like, no. I'm like, and then it's not even cool to like throw that whole like custody thing in the way and stuff. Like, you didn't even want the child. You said, and I quote, abort the child or I'm leaving you. So yeah, it's like, that's bruh. It's like, yeah, I don't know. It's like me, that's the thing. It's like, you have to be a forgiving person to a certain extent, but I feel like in a situation like that where it's like you even want to be in the child's life, like, what did you really expect? Like, that's what I'm like, nah. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, be prepared for all of it then, because I'm not giving this child. If I didn't raise this child for the past 4 years just for you to all of a sudden decide to come back and things, no. I ain't having it. But anyways, I don't want to be with him. He left us. I raised her without him, and he can't just come in and take her. I told him that he had a chance and he left. And he can't just come years later when he feels like being a dad. He said because he makes more money than me, the court is going to give her to him because he can provide for her better than I can. We live modestly, but I give her everything she needs. I'm really scared now. She's my baby, and he didn't even want her. Can he really do this? I don't want to lose her, and the idea of him waiting to meet her gives me anxiety. He left, and he treated me like poop. All right, the clean version of the word, she said. He literally turned me away when I was pregnant, and had nowhere to go. He wanted me to have an abortion. He cursed at me when I asked if he wanted to know the sex. He doesn't deserve to see her. It's like, I don't know how court things work, but this is overall what I'm going to say. If you still have the screenshots of the text he sent you, hopefully that can work. I don't know too much about court stuff, but you should remind him of how he was treating you and your child. No parent should leave their child behind because they was scared. If he was willing to have sex with you, then he should have thought to his no, that's not you, his self, that one day you could get pregnant. And you did. It's like, you're the parent of your child, not him. It's not cool that he's doing this, but you should remind him of how he acted every time and never change the subject. Just always show him how he acted. Comment, send. Let's see what somebody else said. Somebody else might have said something. I just said that. Get a family lawyer and see what's right, what rights you both have. The court don't take kindly to abandonment. You should get ahead of him in a legal sense immediately so that you don't end up blindsided. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Dang, this man got 13,000 points? How many points do I have? I have 1 point. Wow. Wow. I feel discouraged, but anyways. So my girlfriend is using the quarantine to try to move in with me. Well, do you want her to move in or do you not want her to move in? So let's see where this goes. But anyways, he says, my girlfriend and I have been together for around 3 years. Our relationship overall is good, but very rocky. I've broken up with her 3 times in this time period. Dang. I don't know. I overall would be like, there's definitely some things that we have to work on before we make a commitment like that. But I don't know. Like, I feel like every relationship though you're going to have like some rocky moments and things. Like, you can't overall just just overhype from that or like try to avoid it. Like, every relationship is gonna have like some rocky things, whether it's whether it's like friend and friends, best friends, relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband. It doesn't even really matter like who it is. Like, y'all are gonna have like some rocky moments and things. That's everybody and stuff. So he goes on to say, but anyways, we've been quarantined. We haven't seen each other in around 3 weeks. She lives with her family and I live alone. I'm still working and interacting with people at my work within healthcare. She got laid off during COVID. I guess I need some advice because a couple of days ago she mentioned that it would be fun for her to move into my place for the remainder of the quarantine. I told her that this is not a good idea because, one, it has potential to be exposing another individual, which would go against the movement of the pandemic. 2, she will most likely go back to her house and get stuff, thus exposing her family. 3, overall, I would like to see how my job / the world pans out. I don't particularly want to do this. She has been pressing me about it and honestly guilt-tripping me about it too, saying that I don't want to live with her and / don't like her. When that happened, that really turned me off to the idea. I don't know what I'm looking for with this post, but I would like some feedback on how to navigate this. Well, like, if you don't want to, like, afterwards, I'm like, okay, like, afterwards, let's talk about this situation, of us living together. And if you don't want to live together, even with this COVID-19 stuff going on, like, when it's all over and you still have that feeling like, I don't want to live with you, then yeah, you overall, like, I don't know. There's, like I said, definitely okay. It's like, tell her to bring this up after the COVID situation is over. But if you don't want to live with her even when it is over, then you need to tell her that and why. All relationships are gonna have rocky moments, and yeah, all relationships. I was like reading another comment and stuff, but anyways, All relationships are gonna have rocky moments, but what else can I say? I feel like that there's more I should say. But that shouldn't be the reason. If she's nasty or you overall don't want to be with her anymore, then those are legitimate reasons. Comment. I'm gonna comment that. Wow, this one is crazy. My girlfriend shaved her head to get back at me. I think it's time to leave. So I'm like, how is this affecting me? Like, now you're gonna be the one looking crazy because your head is shaved. Like, I don't understand that type of behavior. Who does that? Like, I would be like, what is that? What does that mean? Like, what do you mean by this? Like, I don't really care what you do with the top of your head as long as it ain't like patched up. Like, did you go to a professional barber, pay $20 for him to cut your hair and things like, or did you just go crazy with it? She went crazy with it. Yeah, it probably is best to leave, but she just full on cut her hair off and I don't know. Like, let's read about this. So, my girlfriend and I have been locked up together for this whole thing. It's our first time living together, and it's been okay so far, but we had an argument yesterday, and she knows how much I like long hair and really don't like short hair. I went to sleep before her last night. Today, I woke up to a bald girlfriend sitting on the couch. Now I'm not one to break up with someone just because they decide to change their appearance. I am, however, willing to break up with someone who's willing to do something as drastic as shaving their head because of an argument. I feel like that might be a good sign that a more major argument might result in me being fed up, being fed to the tigers, and I'm not planning on ignoring that sign. For those that don't know what that means, there's this like new Netflix documentary that's out called Tiger King or something like that. And I guess the wife on there fed her husband or somebody to some tigers and stuff. I don't overall know the situation. I need to watch it. I plan on watching it. But yeah, I was like, that's some crazy stuff, bro. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't really care. Like, if a girl that I was dating had long hair and then she cut it all off and stuff, I would just be like, yo, it's just gonna be different, like, you know, getting used to it. But that's I don't know. That's something that's not like the one thing. Like, I do prefer long hair, but if she has short hair, look at Halle Berry. Halle Berry was rocking short hair for the longest, and then when you see her with long hair, it's just like seeing them differently that next time, and you're like, whoa, wait a second. But yeah, it don't really matter to me. But I guess other people, that's like their preference about stuff and things. But yeah, that would be kind of a petty move to make, though. Like, why? Out of all the things you could have done, like, you just baldness. Like, all right, do what you want to do. But then he was, my next problem is I don't want to expose my parents or anyone else to anything, but I have no other place to go besides their house, and I can't afford to live in my apartment right now. My LL froze my rent, but we still need to pay utilities. So if I'm not there, it's free. So should I wait this out and then tell her it's over, or should I get out now? Edit. Some people asked about the argument if she was planning on shaving before. The answer is it was unrelated to hair. It was about me following some girl on Insta, even though we're dating, even though we're just friends. They're just friends, even though they're just friends. And they all have long hair too, so it wasn't like she was trying to be like them. And I have never heard her mention shaving her hair or even shortening it. I know she wanted to dye it blonde, but otherwise I have never heard her mention changing it in any way. And to be clear, these were girls I was following before we got together, and she's upset that I'm still following now. Is that like a thing, though? Like, that's what I'm like, whatever friends you have beforehand, like, I obviously don't have, like, no power over that. You know, I don't have no power over whatever friends you have. Like, as long as you ain't going around sleeping with them on me and stuff, then, yeah, then that's going to be the end of the relationship. But, hold on for 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. Some stuff came up. But anyways, yeah, like, I don't have no control over whatever previous friendship she's had. I will overall, like, you know, try to be cool with all of them and things. But, yeah, I'm like, if she's just like, I don't know. If she's full on, like, if you were full on, like, staring at their pictures or, like, I don't know. Like, some women overall trip about that type of stuff, so. But, yeah. I'm like, I can't help it that there's like, it's not like if you're talking to them, then maybe that could raise like a flag in her head. But yeah, there's like, I'm friends with a lot of girls. I do not talk to them all. I had to say probably in the recent months, I have maybe talked to like maybe 3. Like in the recent times, maybe, okay, so there's 1, 2. I wish freaking Facebook. Well, it's alright. So probably like maybe like 3 to 5 if I had to say. But yeah, it was all about like, you know, personal things and stuff. So it overall wasn't like flirting with them or trying to get with them. It's just, you know, personal stuff. So things that, you know, we could just talk about, but we overall don't want the whole world to know what we talking about. So overall, I ain't flirting with no girl. I mean, I am single, so yeah, I'm like, I ain't got nothing to worry about. But you, on the other hand, yeah, if you're in a relationship talking, maybe, yeah, that was just like, if you were full on talking to them and stuff, but you were following them. So yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I went like, I'm not trying to like lose out on being friends with people and things because like it's insecurities like overall and stuff. I had to say it's probably something that you need to talk to her about. Like, yeah, let's it sounds like she's insecure. If you want to be with her, then talk to her about her being insecure, but you can't control who you was friends with beforehand. It's like, I'm pretty sure she has guy friends that she's still following or friends with on social media. If you ain't talking to these girls in a way they could get led on, then you have nothing to worry about. Comments, send. Next one. My husband's family, they're black, think that I cheated on him because our daughter is white. So she's white, and okay, let's read this. So my husband and I have been together for 6 years. During all those years, his family never accepted me because I'm white and they're black. So over time, I got used to being rejected by them. But now I'm tired. I gave birth 2 months ago, and since then they have done everything to make my husband believe that I cheated on him. They think I cheated on my husband because our daughter is even whiter than me. Huh. Well, no. Then again, no, because I was like with Drake. Because no, that's his child. The child is his, but the child is like really white and stuff. Like, I gotta look at that photo again of Drake and his kid or son. Yes, the kid, because the kid looks more like his mom, but the kid is like whiter than both Drake and the mom of the child and stuff. So yeah, the child is pretty white, but I to like prove them wrong, like I know like overall people trip about that, but to prove them wrong, like do one of those test thingies to see like if that's his child and prove them wrong, but like this is his child and stuff. So she says, since everything my husband cheated on him, they think that I cheated on my husband because our daughter's even whiter than me. I have dark eyes, she has green eyes, and is super blonde. My grandparents were German, and they were blonde and green eyed. They know that, but they prefer to think that I cheated on him. These 2 months have been horrible. His family refuses to come visit our daughter if we don't have the results of a DNA test saying that my husband is really the father. But what hurts me the most is that my husband is on his family's side, and we have had many fights because of that. He hasn't told me that a DNA test is necessary, but I know that he doesn't believe that our baby is his. I don't care what his family thinks. We are isolated anyway, and they can't come, but I do care what my husband thinks. He knows that he's my first everything, and I would never cheat on him, but I don't know why he's so insecure now. The last thing I want to do is leave, but I can't leave. I can't live this way, and I don't want my daughter to grow up feeling rejected like I feel every time I'm close to my husband's family. He's loving and amazing father, but I know he feels very insecure, and I want him to stop feeling this way, but I would also like him to trust me. Has anyone gone through something like this with a biracial relationship? What's the best I can do in this case? That you don't have to do nothing. See, that's what I'm like. It trips me out with some relationships like that, cause it's something where I'm like I wouldn't necessarily, well, in a way I kind of have been in a situation like that, but it wasn't more so as like I didn't even know who the family was, but the girl told me about her family and stuff, so it was overall a relationship I couldn't even get into. But it trips me out. And then on top of that, I remember there's this YouTuber that I watched a long time ago. Not that long ago. It was like maybe last year, a couple of years ago. But there's this YouTuber named Bird Martinez. So go check her out. She's pretty cool, pretty funny. But she did this video that went viral where she was overall talking about Hispanic people dating black people and why their parents don't overall accept that because they think, oh, black people are criminals and this and that and blah, blah, blah. So to me, it was like after seeing that, and then after, just like kind of like, then also thinking about like my situation, it was like, oh, okay, so like all this stuff, like it makes sense in things, like it all like, but it's like that in every family and things. So that's overall, it's just some families are accepting, some families are not, but that's on their part where it's like they need to be a little bit more accepting. Like it's like their child has like no control over who he has feelings for. So yeah, I'm like, it's kind of messed up where it's like people still carry on like that. It's like not every white person is bad, not every black person is bad, not every Hispanic person is bad, or Asian person. It's like it gets to a point in time where it's like, man, we still living in the days where we can't accept nobody. Like we still gotta walk up and down. It's like, yeah, it's like overall they ain't gonna never change, but still, it's just like, why do people still carry on like that? Like, just stop. But to gain your husband's trust back and to overall shut his family down, do the pregnancy test and show them how faithful you are, just so you can laugh in their face. You are faithful, so you have nothing to worry about. Comment send, cause yeah, I wish somebody, I'm like, yeah, that's well, let's read this one. This one's titled, Ended my relationship with my best friend because he spent 2 hours lecturing me about hooking up with a guy I like. So okay. Let's go ahead and read this. So I don't I think it's a she. I don't know, but anyways, she or he goes on to say, I don't know why he felt the need to do it. I never lectured him about the dumb girls he hooks up with. It came out of nowhere and I didn't understand it. I didn't think he'd care because he told me about girls he hooked up with. Then last night, I hooked up with a guy I've been talking to for a few months, and it was incredible. He was so sweet and passionate. I've never had sex like that. I don't know why they got it. I don't really care about the sex part, like just what's going on with you and your best friend right now. But anyways, I didn't think he'd care because he told me about girls he's hooked up. Oh, okay, so I read that. It's not like he just wants to use me either. Should I feel wrong for ending a friendship for a guy I don't even know will last? Wait a minute, what? Is there a part that I missed out on? So they said, edit, I should have added, we've talked about my feelings for him, and he made it clear he's not interested in me. His lecturing was him telling me I shouldn't sleep with any guy, good or bad, because it's not good for my mental health. So, I'm going to read the title. Ended my relationship with my best friend because he spent 2 hours lecturing me about hooking up with a guy I like. Oh, okay. Like, now the bells and the lights are ringing in my head. So you hooked up with the guy, you told your best friend about it, he lectured you, you got mad and ended the friendship. So I'm guessing he might like you. He might have feelings for you. It's like, okay, no. Has he mentioned hooking up with women recently? Because if not, he might have feelings for you. It's like, that might have been the reason, or he's probably worried because men can go a little crazy when hooking up with, because I should say some men, not all men. Some men can go a little crazy when hooking up with women. I'm saying that because, like, there has been times, like, you never hear of a girl, like, you know, overall, like, you know, I don't even know, like, what proper word to, sexually assaulting a man in his house, like, going as far as it's like a strong case of sexual assault. But for a woman and she's bringing a man to her place, it could be that could be the reason there. That could be the reason. So for that might have been the reason, or he's probably worried because some men can go a little crazy when hooking up with women. Yeah, but yeah, like you don't ever hear like a woman like going into a man's house and all like, oh no, we're doing this, and then the man's all like, no, I don't want to, then he ends up doing. But like with a man, it's different because, you know, men, they're a little bit, they have like that like masculine. So some men out there are a little bit crazy and stuff, but not all. I'm not. I'm like, my thing is like, whatever she's gonna do, I will follow, but I'm not going to get caught up in those situations to where 10, 20 years later, I'm hearing something talk on the news saying famous YouTuber TMossBoss sexually assaulted me 20 years ago. See, that's why I'm like, nah, women nowadays, y'all gotta make the first move. Like, it sounded like she made the first move. It sounded like she's into this guy, but y'all ain't getting me caught up. Nope. But anyways, next one. As of 2 weeks ago, my boyfriend of 2 years won't tell me he loves me without his hand up my shirt. Wait a minute, what? This is like, alright, let me read this. And I asked him not to today, begged even. I actually started crying because I didn't want him to touch me, and he said it didn't make it mean less. But to me, it absolutely does. I feel like an object, and like he only loves me if he can grope me. He said our bodies are our bodies, but what does that even mean? It's like only saying I love you with his hands, with my hand squeezing his private area. He wouldn't say it afterwards without squeezing her chest area. This is bad. I'm like, bro, like that's, I'm like, you gotta be like, okay, stand over there and then say it. Like, you ain't gotta even, oh, okay, now I can see. So I don't know. He probably loves the parts that he's touching, but overall, I think that's, yeah. But she thinks he only likes the parts that, and that could be the case. But then one once I was crying, he was like, "Here, let me hold you," but with my shirt and my bra off and his hand still squeezing me. Can anyone explain this, please? I feel really awful. I feel a lot of really awful things, but it doesn't make sense, and I don't know what to do about them and feel. So I want to run and hide. He's not taking this seriously. Help, please. Yeah, he has some touching issues. I definitely you should check him on his touching problem. Maybe going to therapy as a couple could help. It's like, but yeah, that's some crazy behavior. Like, you gotta like touch. It's kind of like when there's like people. What was it? It was that one movie, Akilah and the Bee, and the girl, when she had to like move her arm or tap her foot when she said the letters or something. And I'm like, people, sometimes they're like that, but in a relationship though, it's like kind of like, why you gotta do this? Like, it doesn't. That doesn't. That's kind of weird. That's kind of weird, bruh. Shouldn't have to do stuff like that. But yeah, next one. Fiance found out about my college days, hasn't talked to me in 3 days. I don't know if this is the end. Huh, dang. Well, that's why I'm like, yeah, sometimes, I don't know, some people might be able to handle that stuff. But then some, like, that's where I'm like, when they overall ask about your past, they should be already mentally prepared for what they are going to hear and stuff. Like, but if you came out and told him, then he probably, then he's probably all like, well, that was random and I don't even feel comfortable anymore. But if he asks, then yeah, then they should overall accept like whatever things that you're about to say and stuff. Like, yeah. That's kind of weird, but yeah, I don't know, like, it ain't really weird, but it's more so like, yeah, he should have known if he had asked about it and things. Next one, my boyfriend will not stop making a Yoda impersonation in bed, and it's ruining our sex. Yeah, stop having sex with them. That's whoa. This next one is crazy. But no, the last one, the Yoda in person. Yeah, that's y'all. You're gonna have to stop that. If I was in bed with a girl and she was doing some stuff like, I'm like, no, you're gonna have to stop that. That's not that ain't even funny. That's just weird. Like, everything in me just gone. Like, I don't even want to. I'd seriously just like, nope, move. Like, you are ruining the whole mood right now. Like, that's when, like, maybe, I don't know. Try to drown it out with music or something, but listen to some loud music. I'm like, it's either the loud, you're like, you want to do this, I'm like, it's either loud music every time you do the Yoda impersonation, or it's just going to be complete silence. Like, but no, it ain't, you definitely ain't going to be doing no Yoda out of all the no, you shouldn't be doing impersonation at all. But then this next one, I found my boyfriend's folder filled with ex-sexy photos, which he got from hacking her. So yeah, it sounds like you are in a pretty bad relationship. But anyways, yeah, because I'm like, he hacked. Yeah, let's just read this. But so she said, my boyfriend dated for 2 years, was using my laptop for work at night. When I woke up, I opened my laptop and found his Google Drive in the browser. I know I'm wrong for doing this, and I shouldn't have snooped, but I did. I found a folder filled with photos, girls in bikinis and sexy poses. Most of them are friends, girls we know. But to my horror, I found one photo that he most frequently opened. Is a collection of his ex's sexy photos. Mind you, these are not sexy nudes you send to your significant other. Some are photos he screenshot from her social medias. Some are photos he secretly took when she was sleeping. Some are photos that look like personal body progress photos. Wow. Yeah, in that relationship, that man's crazy. That man's a straight up psychopath. Like, you gotta end that relationship. That's not even normal. Like, I'm over here thinking like, oh, these are photos. Like, I was reading it and I'm thinking like, oh, well, I'm like, I was thinking in my head like, oh, well, if he just recently got a hold of it, then yeah, but then you're like, once you describe like these were secretly taken photos and stuff, nah, I'm like, that dude's a straight up psychopath, and I would end that relationship. Like, I probably, yeah, definitely. Oh, so it seems like she did confront him about it. We're going to read on to it. But anyway, so I woke him up with wrath and asked him to give me an explanation. He still tried to lie and said it was an old photo until I showed him his most recent history. Then he admitted. He told me he hacked into her iCloud because he was angry she cheated on him back then, and he saved these photos. He also told me that it's normal for guys to have folders filled with friends' photos, ex included, and it meant nothing because he said jerking off to an ex's photo is just easier. Oh my, this guy. Maybe it's because you woke him up and he was half asleep and he didn't realize what he was saying, but that is without doubt the dumbest thing ever. I feel like at a point in time, you have to get rid of those photos when the relationship has ended. Even the fact that she cheated on you, you should have deleted all of that stuff. And then on top of that, you're like screenshotting the photos. Like, that's the thing I'm not understanding. Like, you're screenshotting recent photos and putting it in a file folder thing. Like, no, bro. Like, that's not normal. That's weird. That's really weird. I'm like, nah, bro. That ain't normal. So obviously, nobody can't really go out and do anything now because of this whole quarantine situation. But anyways, nah, that's just weird, bro. But anyways, she goes on to say, okay, I am shocked and I'm not even sure I can trust them again. First, I am really mad because we always had fought about him still having questionable boundaries with his ex. She still chats him about personal issues, asked him for opinions, asked him to meet up, etc. Second, this feels so ethically wrong and such a weird thing. Is it really no more? Am I overreacting? Please help. She's like, I'm completely done. Listen, at the bare minimum, he's revealed as a complete creep. That's a lot of unpack. I don't have any screenshot. Not even screenshot. I don't have any photos of exes. Period. Do you put like a period after the period or I don't even know. Like, I don't have photos of exes, but to maybe talk to them if things ended on good terms, then that can maybe slide. But he came out and said he hacked into her iCloud. That's an invasion of a person's privacy. And if things end bad with you guys, he might do the same thing to you. This guy needs help. Comments. Like, cause I don't have any photos of my exes, but to maybe talk to them, yeah, it's like that's just not normal. That's not normal at all. You shouldn't have no screenshot photos of your ex, especially when you're in a new relationship. Like, that's some weird stuff, bro. That is some really weird stuff. Next one is like, my boyfriend doesn't want to continue their relationship because I'm friends with girls on Snap. Wait a minute, what? So, my boyfriend doesn't want to continue the relationship because I'm friends with girls on Snapchat. I thought it'd been like boys, but maybe he doesn't. Maybe it's like those like group of friends that he overall doesn't want you to be around with and stuff. Like, he thinks they are bad influence and things. That could be the reason. But I mean, like, if you're interested in girls, then that could be a reason. Maybe it's just another insecurity thing. So I don't know. But anyways, I'm actually going to end things off here. So yeah, thank y'all for watching. Stay tuned for the next episode. Make sure you like and subscribe if viewing this on YouTube. Make sure you follow, subscribe if viewing this on the podcast streaming service. And if you're purchasing tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. And that being said, I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching and or listening, and peace.